Hi friends, today I'm going to be showing you a very interesting case. So this is a 58-year-old female who had a severe loss of vision in one eye. And if you see the slit lamp examination, you can see that she has a very dense cataract, a grade 4, almost a mature cataract. But look at this scar inferiorly on the cornea. And this scar on the cornea is causing very severe corneal astigmatism. So if you look at the biometry here, you can see that there is almost 9.5 diopters of corneal astigmatism, and the topography from the biometer also confirms it, and it tells us that the axis of astigmatism is around 179 degrees. When we confirm this on a proper topographer device, we can see that the topography from Topolizer shows that the corneal astigmatism is around 7 diopters, and we can see this typical crab claw type of appearance because of the inferior scar. So let us see how we plan this case for surgery. So I am very excited to share with you all that for the Toric IOL planning part of this surgery, we are going to be using the Precision TORIC guidance system, which has been developed by an ophthalmologist, Dr. Swapnil Kothari from Jalgaon. And this basically is an intraoperative image guided system for Toric IOL placement. So before I show you the planning of the case, I'll just show you what exactly is the hardware required for the Precision Toric guidance system, and we'll move to the operation theater to see this. So this is a desktop which we have attached in our operation theater, which directly has the Precision Toric software inbuilt into it. And here on the screen, we do all the planning which has to be done pre-operatively, where we mention the Toric IOL location, the incision location. And so for this surgery, the Toric lens that we have selected is this Ultima Smart Toric. Now this is a customized made lens which is made specifically for high cylinders, and as you know, there is about 9 to 10 diopters of corneal cylinder in this patient. And this is the planning sheet. You can see that the maximum power that they have given is 8.5 diopters, which will correct about 5.7 diopters at the corneal plane. So out of 9 diopters, you are getting about 5.7 diopters of corneal plane correction, but I'm okay with that. Some residual corneal cylinder may be left, but that is fine. They can be rehabilitated with glasses. So we are going to start by putting a single mark, ink mark in any position at the limbus, which will be detected by the software. एकदम सामने देखो. So we have done the single ink mark over here. So now we are going to capture the image using the Precision TORIC Android application. Now the image has got imported into the PC, which we have captured from the smartphone, and we are just going to make sure that the mark has been identified by the artificial intelligence software. So it's got artificial intelligence, and it uses the smartphone gyroscope to tell us where exactly this ink mark is, which was done in the sitting position, and based on this now it will give us the intraoperative toric marking. So this is the microscope view of the eye. You can see the ink mark down. Very soon I'm going to put on the marking system, and you can see here it is. Initially I'm going to use it for the incision marking, which I have done at 120 degrees. And this is, once I make the incision, I'll put off the marking system again and put it on once I'm dialing the Toric IOL. So now this is the normal view. Once again I do the routine procedure. Here I am using a Haldipurkar Rexis forceps to make a Rexis of around 5.5 millimeters. And this is a hard cataract, so I am using the direct vertical chop for phaco. And this is a sped up view of the phaco going on. And this is my preferred method for doing phacoemulsification in hard cataracts, where I use the vertical chopper to chop the nucleus into 4 or 5 quadrants and then emulsify each of them separately at the iris plane. So that is half the cataract out. and the rest of the phacoemulsification goes on uneventfully. The cortical cleanup is done by the bimanual irrigation aspiration system. So once the cortical cleanup and the polishing of the anterior lens capsule is done, it's time to implant the Ultima Smart Toric lens. So this is wound assisted 2.2 millimeter incision, and you can see this is a plate haptic lens which is now dialed into the bag. And now, before I put on the marking system again, I'm just going to use the irrigation cannula and remove all the viscoelastic from behind the IOL by gently rubbing the IOL surface and depressing the wound. Now once this part is done, I'm going to turn on the image guidance for Toric IOL placement. So this is what I am seeing on the monitor. I have shifted the HDMI from the normal recorder to the Precision software, and I'm seeing in the microscope and time to time taking my gaze onto the TV which is in front of me to do the guidance. And now I use the irrigation cannula to gently nudge the IOL into place. So the pink color marks are the 3 marks for the Toric IOL placement, which is at 180 degrees. And now, as you can see, it is fairly aligned. It doesn't always have to be in the central line, it can be between the 3 lines. That much of error is fine. The IOL seems to be well aligned. I'm just going to once again gently nudge the IOL into place. And now once this is done, I'll put off the guidance and switch back to my other HDMI mode. And you can see the IOL is well aligned and the surgery is completed with hydration of the wounds.